Good morning, Assassians. How are you all? I hope you guys are taking proper care of all SOPs while visiting any bazaar or market. Well, I hope you must have stopped your all outdoor activities and you are staying at home and you're taking care of your lives and the lives of your dear ones. Well, students, today we are going to start our lecture number 10, and the topic name is Means of Communication. Well, students, this is your very first lecture of your new topic. And in our today's lecture, we are going to talk about, what is communication, about types of communication. We'll also discuss a slightly much about ancient means of communication. And guys, we will discuss about personal means of communication. So fasten your seatbelts because this is going to be very informative and very interesting topic for you, grade 3. Well, grade 3, as I told you that today we are going to discuss about communication and its types. So what we are doing right now? So we are communicating with each other, but you are not sitting in front of me and I'm not sitting in front of you. We are not inside school. So guys, what we are doing? I am trying to convey my message to you via medium and you are listening to me via medium, right? So this is also a kind of mean of communication. Means of communication means a ways which allow us to convey our message, which allow us to transform or transfer our ideas, or you can say that our imaginations and our feelings. So guys, everything which allow us to do this is the part of communication. So guys, let's talk about what is communication. Well, guys, communication is a process of sending or receiving information, and guys, it helps us to know more about people and places, right? So, you know what, that early people used to play drums and send smoke, these are kind of signals for them. Well, students, today we have many modern means of communication through which we can you can say that through which we can transfer information and we can transfer our feelings. We can communicate with people. We can in touch with them, right? For example, many of you, your parents must be are with you, but few of students must be listening my lecture whose father must be working out of the country. So how you connect your father? The way which connects you and your father is called mean of communication, right? Communication means talking, you can say that interacting. So this is what we are going to talk about it. Well, guys, I am going to show you few random definitions of communication. Firstly, I have told you that communication is a process of sending and receiving information. Well, guys, you can also say that the exchange of thoughts, message, or the like, as by speech or signal or writing. And guys, to express oneself in such a way that one is, readily or clearly can understand. This is also a kind, you can say that this is also called communication. And guys, for the next definition, which is rotating right now on your slide, in this definition, you can see that communication is a shared of feeling and shared of understanding. For example, right now, how's you feeling? Well, I'm feeling really not good because I went outside a while ago for having some grocery shopping. So it was really very warm outside. So that I'm telling you my condition and my feeling via medium. This medium is called a mean, a way. This is how I am telling you how I'm feeling right now. I'm sharing my incident with you. So guys, that many of you, having your parents along with you in Pakistan, but many of you must, your father, brother, or any sibling or chachu, uncle, auntie, some of you definitely going to relate with me. They must, have their siblings and their relatives out of the country. So how do you connect with them? The way which connects you, this is called a mean of communication. Let's talk about few of examples which are relatable. Well, guys, for a better understanding of means of communication, I want to tell you one of the example which is really very relatable. Well, a while ago, I was missing my family because my family is not here in Pakistan. My brothers are not living over there. Many of my, uncle, aunts are out of the country. So, guys, these are pandemic days, and very well that we are locked down. We couldn't visit to them, nor they can visit to us. So, how we are connecting to them? So guys, we are using definitely any method, any mean. That mean which connect us, that mean is called mean of communication. I just switched on my Skype and some WhatsApp. I just messaged them, I called them, and I told them that I'm missing them. So it's mean that everything which connect us whenever we are at a distance, that is called mean of communication. Right now, which mean I have used WhatsApp or Skype. Same like that, you are receiving online lectures. How you're receiving online lectures? You're receiving online lectures via WhatsApp. It's mean WhatsApp is the mean of communication between you and your teachers, right? So I'm very sure that this example like enough for you to understand what I am actually trying to tell you. Well, grade 3. First of all, you have to open up your book and please open your page number 42. This is your lesson number 7, and the topic name is means of communication. Well, students, there are basically three types of communication. First is called, written communication. Second is called verbal communication, and the third one is called mass communication. But in your book of social studies, only two types of communications are discussed over there. But we will try to cover all major types of communication. And guys, communication means connecting. Connect, in touch. So today we'll discuss that how many means of communication are there in Pakistan, and how many means we are using on the regular basis, and what are some ancient and what are some modern means of communication. Well, grade 3, what you can see right now on your slide. Can you imagine, can you believe on my words that in ancient time, means old times, these were the basic means of communication. It's mean if someone wants to connect with someone, if someone wants to contact with someone, the old people were using these manners. So guys, as I told you that early people used to play drums, send smoke signals and pigeons for communicating purpose. And today we have different means of communication. Well, students, if we talk about the ancient means of communication, right now two pictures are sliding and rotating in front of your slide. First picture is the picture of pigeon. In old times, pigeon were considered as one of the strong weapon of communication, because there were no telephone, there were no WhatsApp, no Skype, and no YouTube. So how do they connect? Old people definitely have siblings and relatives and friends, right? So they were using this pigeon, kabutar. They were using pigeon as a mean of communication. Do you remember the song Kabutar Ja Ja Ja? Yes. So guys, kabutar was one of the medium which was conveying and connecting people together. And the second was the early people used to burn fire, used to fire any wood or anything, and the raising smoke is kind of, the high smoke is kind of a signal of a message, or signal for any alarming situation. So they were just they send smoke in the air for telling other people that there is any problem, any situation, or any alarming condition. For example, that if there is any trouble in any village, how do they tell to other village that they are in problem, and how other village can help them, nearby village, or any village which was located next to that village. So definitely they were setting fire, and the raised smoke and high smoke is the symbol of any alarming situation. So guys, these were the ancient means of communication, and now we are going to talk about some modern means of communication, and these means made our life very easy and very comfortable. For example, if you're missing your father and your father is out of the country, you will simply hold your phone and you will say, "Hello Papa, I'm missing you," right? So if your any brother is outside, your any child chachu, your favorite mamu, your pupo, uncle, auntie, anybody. Even you can call me as well if you're missing me. So what you will do, like modern means of communication are letting us connect the people who are close to us, and this is such a fastest medium of communication. So today in this lecture we'll also talk about some personal means of communication. Well, students, as I told you that there are two major types of communication. First is called personal communication and the next one is called mass communication. In your lecture number 10, we'll only talk about some personal means of communication, and in your lecture number 11, inshallah, we'll talk about some mass means of communication. Well, students, you know what, that, with the help of communication and like it becomes very easy, and you can say that like very convenient to talk with a person who is sitting at far distance. And guys, means of communication play an important role in social, economic, cultural development of the country. And guys, the world has become a global village because of advanced means of communication. At present, Pakistan has most advanced means of communication, and today we'll talk about some personal means of communication. So, guys, personal means of communication. Guys, these are the means of communication between individuals. You can say that personal mean of communication is how we communicate with each other every day. For example, every day how you are connected, I'm connecting with you, I'm sending you my videos, I'm sending you my assignments. How do I connect with you at every day? This kind of category comes in personal communication. And guys, you know what, here are several means of personal communication, and these are, you can say that postal services, telephone and mobile phone. And right now I'm recording a lecture via laptop, so it's mean that laptop is my mean of communication right now. So because this is what I am using every day, so it comes in the category of personal means of communication. So guys, in this slide you can see that there is a picture of a person who is sitting over there, and guys, the two children are talking to each other face to face. And guys, we are sending all letters via any post office, and we are calling to someone via telephone, or we are connecting with each other through emails. This type of communication comes in the category of personal communication, right guys? So guys, you are going to tell me few things over there. As I told you that inside your book there are two types of communication mentioned. First is called mass communication. No, first is called, personal means of communication, and the second one is called mass means of communication. In personal means of communication, the means come which we are using every day to connect with each other. For example, your mobile phone, your post offices, your electronic messages. Electronic messages means email. These are the things which we are using in fact every day to connect with each other. So guys, telephone and mobile phones are the fastest means of communication, and we can talk to anyone, anywhere, at any place of the world, at any time. So this type of means, and you can say that ways, comes in the category of personal means of communication. So here in this slide, what you can see, that you can see in this slide the picture of computer, radio, telephone, newspaper, cellular phone, letterbox, television, or a magazine. So this is your task. Hold your loose sheet in your hand and just tell me that in this picture, which picture is indicating some personal means of communication. I told you personal means of communication are those means which we are using every day. So you have to tell me that what are some personal means of communication over there. Today we have discussed our lecture number 10, and in this lecture, it's very important. Before I close our today's lecture, we are going to take a quick recap what we have discussed today. Today I have told you about what is communication, about types of communication, and we have also discussed a bit more about ancient means of communication. And guys, we have also talked about some personal means of communication. And you know what? That communication is a process of sending and receiving information. And guys, communication helps us to know more about people and places. And guys, we have discussed that communication meaning and its some different random definitions. I have told you that the exchange of thoughts and messages and like, dislike, speech, feeling, all this comes in the category of communication. And guys, communication is also a share of feelings. Whenever you're feeling happy, you will tell someone. Whenever you are feeling, not happy, you will definitely going to tell someone, right? So the ways which you are adopting to tell your feelings, these ways are called means of communication. For example, it's really very hot outside, and the weather is really hot nowadays. So this is what I am telling you via medium. The medium between you and me is a personal means of communication. That is a laptop. I'm telling you via this medium, and you will receive this lecture on your mobile phone. So mobile phone will become your means of communication, right? So guys, in lecture number 10, I have told you that there are three types of communication. Written communication, whenever you're writing a message or a letter to your friend or your sibling, that comes in the category of written communication. Verbal communication, for example, right now I have my sister at my place, so I will tell her that I'm recording a lecture and the champs of grade 3 are listening and trying to understand whatever I'm saying inside the lecture. So this type of conversation between me and my sister will come in the category of verbal communication, right? And the mass communication we will discuss inshallah in our lecture number 11. Well, grade 3, I have also told you some old means of communication, and these are really interesting. Old people used to send pigeons for sending any message, and they used to set fire, and the smoke, in the raised and high smoke was the indication of any alarming situation or any serious message. And guys, we have also discussed some modern means of communication, and firstly we have talked about some personal means of communication. And personal means of communication is the communication which we went personal communication is how we communicate with each other every day. And personal means of communication is communication with another person, right? The communication which you do with your father, mother, sister, brother every day, that comes in the category of personal means of communication. And guys, some formal personal means of communication are telephone, email, and face-to-face talk, right? So at the end of the lecture, I gave you the task that you have to tell me that what are some personal means of communication inside this slide. Take care of yourself. I gave you the review of this lecture as well. So take care of yourself. I'll see you right in your next lecture number 11. Till then, do whatever you want to do, but do not trouble your mother. Okay? See ya. Bye-bye.